Yo guys, welcome to a new video. Today we are talking about Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City. Okay, so I watched the Resident Evil movie and I just gotta say I was not hyped for this. I'm not a fan of Kaya Scodelario, which is the lead of this movie, which is a problem because I don't like her as an actress. She doesn't make me happy whenever I see her on screen. I hate her because of the Maze Runner films where I hated her characters. Then other movies that she appeared in, I wasn't a fan of that too. Crawl was a big surprise because my expectations were so low that I actually enjoyed myself with that movie. So it's not that I hate her, but I'm not happy whenever she is in a movie. So I don't like Gaia Scodelario. And of course we have the Paul W.S. Anderson Resident Evil films with Alice, Mila Jovovich. And please, let's just not talk about those films because they are awful to the core. I can't even consider them existing movies, and that's why I hate Paul W.S. Anderson. So I actually was quite happy with this movie not being made by him, but then I heard he produced it. And of course, that's only throwing money in the game, but you know that it's scary whenever his name is on screen. Monster Hunter, I hated that movie. Oh my god. But some things that I wanted to see in this were the games, because I heard that those 6 movies were nothing like the games, that Alice doesn't even exist in those games, and this movie is more like the game, so I actually was pretty excited for that. The only thing is that I have no connection to Resident Evil. I have never played the games, I am not a fan of the franchise, I haven't actually ever played it. I played a little part of the 7 game, but that's it. So when I saw the reactions to this movie and I saw that the critics hated it and the audience actually quite liked it, that's mostly because the audience that liked this movie is the general fan base of Resident Evil. They think this movie is quite fun. And a problem that I have with this is the fan service in this. I love them for putting so much fan service in this, but they kind of forgot the newer audiences, and I'm gonna talk about that. This is clearly a movie made for the fans, and I appreciate that, so maybe I'm just not the right guy to make a review on this movie. Let's just start and see what I think of it. Because I think it's pretty okay, but I was bored. And let's just start with saying that I was bored in this movie, and I don't know why, because there was a lot in this movie, but especially the second half, there were some things that just bored me. I liked the monsters, and I liked the idea of it, and the whole world they created, and the feeling and the atmosphere of it all, it really worked, and I was excited to see what they were gonna do. I was suspensed by it. It was great. I had the right feelings that they were portraying, so they did a great job. Gaia Scodelario is a pretty good character. The rest of them were pretty okay characters. I liked them for what they did, but I still was bored. And that's mostly because of I heard that they put 2 games in this movie, the first and the second games, and when you're gonna put 2 entire games into 1.5-hour movie, well, that's gonna be a problem. You are leaving out extremely important parts, and that's just not something you want. I think I would have been more hyped for this movie, and I would have understood it more if they just focused on the first game or a part of the first game, so that they could explain everything a little bit better. Maybe that would have helped me, and that would have helped the other non-fan audience. So that's what I think of it. But then again, that is talking from a perspective that is not a fan of the franchise. I went with 2 friends, Kevin and Igor, you're gonna know them, and they were having fun with this. They were really having fun. They said it was quite okay, they liked it for what it was, and they had some fun with it because of all those references to the games. And of course, some of the scenes and some of the shots are literally made of the game, and I recognize some of them, so I do know a little bit of Resident Evil, but not that much. And seeing those things, even I was excited. I mean, there's a monster. I don't know what it's called, but I call him Zombie Spider-Man. He has a large tongue and he crawls up the walls and on the ceiling. I really love that sequence, but that's the only really great monster thing I liked. I still enjoyed most of them, but that's the first one I actually really liked. And then it's over in 20 seconds. So yeah, it has its fun moments, it has its fun parts, but it's all over the place. And I was bored and I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what I was seeing. I didn't know anything of it. And that kind of bumped me down quite a bit. And as I said, Kaya Scodelario did a fine job as Claire. She was fine. I loved the sibling dynamic between the two in this movie. That was great. Jill Valentine, I loved her character. And for the rest, most of them are just there to be there, but they are great characters in the games, so I believe that some of them we will see more, because I do think they're gonna franchise the fuck out of this, and that's great, and I loved that for what they were doing, but it was just, I was missing something in the characters, mostly the monsters and the villains in this. I missed a big part of explanation on Umbrella Academy and the why and the how and the because they are doing what they are doing. I missed something on that. That's again because of how this movie is made for the fans and less for the newer audiences. And to round it off, the movie wasn't surprising. I saw most of the things that were coming, I did see coming. The acting was pretty okay. Kay Scodelario did a fine job. Hannah John Kamen did a great job, if I say her name right. And the others did a fine job too. They were really believable in the roles they were playing. And the atmosphere of the movie was the big plus. It's what's keeping this movie from a 5 for me. I give it a 6 because the atmosphere really worked and I was really invested in what I was seeing up until the point I became a little bit bored. So they did a great job on the atmosphere and on setting the world. That was really good. In the end, this is a movie I did not love, but I liked what they were trying to do, and I am pretty excited to see what they are gonna do next with this franchise. I give Resident Evil a 584 out of 1000 or a 5.8 out of 10. Have you seen this movie? Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of it. Are you a fan of the Resident Evil games or are you not? Let me know in the comments because I'm really excited to hear your opinion about it. If you liked this video, please consider to like to it, to subscribe to my channel, and if you liked it, please consider coming back because I will make videos every day, unless I don't. Thank you for watching and goodbye.